For the longest time, I hated coming outside during the winter. But with me committing to myself and really reforming these consistent habits, gotta come outside in the cold. Nothing can stop it. You know what I mean? Put on the coat. Okay? Put on some gloves. Okay? Get a good scarf. Okay? Oh my god. Oop. Let me walk slow. Oh my god, look at this. AC. Alright, look at these mountains of snow. Crazy. Um, Welcome back. I'm Shahada Morel. This is my channel called Hada's Archives, and we are currently deep, deep, deep in the archives. Okay, I just got here. I'm sitting down in the backpack so that I don't get nobody on camera. Um, I decided to get a salted caramel pretzel latte. It's good, but I would want it sweeter because I'm just like an addict. But I'm really trying not to indulge in too much sugar because at the end of my pregnancy, I was OD and I was eating like chocolate chip cookies every day. But I digress. I'm gonna show y'all like close up. January, the first month of the year, has been lovely to me, and I really wanted to do an overview. I felt like it was, a good opportunity for me to speak about and like run back the whole month because it really was really magical, for me. So yeah, I'm going to look in my notebook because I really don't want to go off on tangents because I can. I like to talk and I like to express myself. So let's get into it. I really like crispy things, so that's why I got this instead of getting like a croissant with like the cream inside of it because I just like crunchy stuff and apparently messy things too. So 2026 is known to be the year of the horse. It's all about like momentum and movement. Also, other people I've heard say like the fiery horse. So it's like your passions, your purpose really driving you to action, right? And I feel like for me personally, I'm like naming the year like the year of respect because I'm putting respect on my own name. Like I'm not being afraid of my own happiness anymore. I feel like after giving birth, I kind of was like so happy and like, but it was like I was grounded in my happiness. And before I gave birth, I always thought that like me being so happy and so in love would conk me out of my own consciousness. Like I thought I was going to like go through like a breakdown or like some type of like I thought when I saw my daughter I would faint. Like it's like these um what do they say it like catastrophizing. Like that's what I was normally doing, whatever that word is. That's what I was doing. So I'm like, I really don't want to do that. And on top of me not doing that, how about I really lock in and commit to myself? I was also replaying and just like reflecting on this new role of being a mother and saying how much I'm committed to taking care of my daughter, how much I'm committed to loving her, how much I'm committed to being like intentional on the things that I have around her, what I say around her, what she sees, and all these things. And also me being committed in my relationship, my romantic relationship, committed in my platonic relationships. But I feel like there's some times that when I get into the routine of things, I stop being committed to myself. And I feel like that has to be like more focused. Like I need to be more focused on that and, you know, be intentional with my actions and how I move this year when it comes to honoring myself and honoring my purpose, my passions, you know, as well as all these other roles that I have now in my life and all of that. New Year's Eve, New Year's was very calm for me. I went on like a vacation for Christmas. So when I came back home, I was just really with my family, chilling, having a good time, you know, toasted, pop bottles, whatever, kissed, you know, hugged on my baby. It really was calm. I didn't go anywhere or anything like that. But I did go to this workshop with my mom. She invited me to this like cake decorating workshop. And it was basically like a vision board cake decorating workshop, which I thought was really cool, very innovative. I've never heard of anything like that. I'm an artist. I like decorating, designing, all that. So I was like, yes, this is right up my alley. Like, let's do it. You know, I was very, very excited. So we went. I had a really great time. I felt so good and cute, and I was sitting with my mom and all these older Black women. That was so like it was just so beautiful to see older women's aspirations. You know, like after having kids, after having a career, working for so long, like what more do you want in life? What do you yearn for at this age? You know, in your life. And it was nice to feel a sense of belonging, like, you know, like not like, well, I've never really felt like, oh, you a little girl, like, you know, mind your tongue. I always was very like open with my perspectives, but it felt different, you know. As soon as I walked in, I like started shedding tears about thinking of the love that I have from my daughter, and instantly felt vulnerable and was very comfortable in that vulnerability, which is really new for me. So I was just proud of myself. I was very joyful. Like I feel really like uppity, you know, like what, you know, I don't know. But so that was one important day in the month. I also went and celebrated my sister's 35th birthday. We had went to the spa, bathhouse, and then we went to a restaurant called Plum in Brooklyn. And we also went to a club in Queens called Amadeus or Amadeus, like however Tima says it one way, I pronounce it another way. But if you look it up, it's in Queens. DJ Self, his birthday celebration was there, so we went there, and this was like my second time going there. The first time I went with her, I think she turned like 27, and I just was turning like 21. It was like my first time really in the club with her. And then like now, about to be 30, and she's like 35, and we both have daughters. So um, it was really cool. She also had a photo shoot, which she ate down. I was like so proud of her. She was so determined and like really had a vision to manifest, and she really ate it up, like, and I just love that. I love to see like a vision come to fruition, because you see when you're really intentional, like it really comes out like smooth, you know. It's like a beautiful like journey or path or whatever. I feel like it was smooth, seamless, like it was really dope. To talk a little bit about my sister's celebrations and everything like that. I'm really not a club girly. I really don't, you know, like I like dressing up and looking real good, of course, right? But I really don't like the atmosphere of clubs. You know, it's dark, you know, it's too crowded, where the exits at. Like, you know, I'm really not, you know, but you feel me? My sister is dance hall queen. So, you know, I'm definitely going to come out for her and support her. And she was even really disappointed by the DJ, you know, but of course we have a good time. We always gonna show out and, you know, have a good time. But the DJ was not eating. I don't know why. He could have really turned it up. He didn't up it at all. Um, Very disappointing. But the spot, the Plum spot in Brooklyn, the music was lit. He was doing way better than what the club did the previous night. And I guess I really prefer like lounge spaces, a cafe, with good music, or a bar, with good music, something that's close, it's not really too crowded, not giving too much, but overall, what I really like is the sisterhood. Like I love the sisterhood. I love girls, city girls coming out to have fun, I love going to be the one, volunteering to go get water when everybody getting too smacked. It's like, wait a minute, does but everybody having a good time, but nobody wants to go get water. I'm gonna go get water. And like going with girls to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? Like my younger sister was with us. That was her first time, I would say maybe first or second time in the club with us. But she got so smacked, and I was just like there to comfort her, because when I was younger and I would like throw up and, look a mess. You look a mess. My sister wouldn't say that to me though. My older sister would never be like, you look a mess. She would just be like, throw up. You know what I mean? Let it out. Get it out. Throw up. It's okay. So I felt like that nurturing had to be passed down to my younger sister. You know what I mean? So she threw up or whatever. Girls got to get the toxins out one way or another. So do you. But it was such a nice night. I had such a good time. I love my sister down for life, the spa, moment of silence for the spa and Wusa. Everybody take a deep breath. The spa though? Listen, this is my second time at Bath House. I went to Bath House around my birthday for my best friend's birthday, because we both Scorpios and her birthday is like a couple of days before mine. So we went to celebrate our birthdays at the spa. And that was my first time there. And it just was so wonderful. I was like, what, like 6 weeks, 7 weeks after I had my daughter, and it was just everything I needed. Being in water, being submerged in water, all different types of like temperatures of the water, the atmosphere, it being super duper dark. Like I went to this like little situation that they do. It's called like off goose, and they was having the essential oils in the air, and the man was like wisping them with a towel, and he was kind of felt like he was doing a dance with it. It was fly. I was like, oh my god, like, and I was hot. I thought I was gonna pass out, but I didn't. So it's that triumph part of it too. I was like, wow, like I could be in hot temperatures and not pass out. Like I don't know, that make me feel healthy or something. Like, like I and strong. Like, so I don't know. It was it made me breathe better. And then I did a cold plunge, so the cold plunge also made me feel very strong and very like ignited. Like, it made me feel really focused and in tune with my body, which I feel is really important after having my child. Like I want to be very grounded in my body after having a C-section specifically. So it was great for me. And going again, like not even 6 months after, is definitely a win-win. It feels very like celebratory. It feels very like feminine too. I guess maybe because like my sister invited all women, of course. Well, not of course, but she invited all her women friends. It was just so fun. Some friends that I've never met, like some coworkers of hers that I've never met before, and they were just a good vibe. And I had my essential oils because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make the off goose this time, so I brought essential oils with me, and also like expanding my awareness on what I could do at spas. Like I could bring essential oils. I could bring a book. I could bring my journal. I could, you know what I mean? Like bink, 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 bink to really be in tune with the atmosphere. So I can't wait to go again, like by myself. And then I want to go again with, my partner and really tap into that spa life. Another key moment at the spa was they have a rooftop heated pool, and it was snowing on her birthday. So we went up there and it was snowing, and because of the heat of the pool, it was like steam, but then it was snow, so it felt very like foreign. It felt like we was flown out. Like it felt like we was not in New York City. Like it didn't feel like we was in Williamsburg. Like it felt like we was somewhere else where there's like ice mountains in the backside. Like it was so nice. You know, I had my hair in an afro. I had snow in my hair. Everybody had snow in their hair. You know, my sister had like a cup of Moscato. She passing the cup of Moscato around for us all to take a sips, and then we all hugging each other in a row. Like it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And I was just like, I want more and more of that. It was so good. Shout outs to my sister. Happy birthday again, Queen Fatima. Happy 35th birthday. Shout outs to the goats. Like, let's move on. If I get emotional, let's move on. So to pivot onto something else that really was enjoyable when it came to like manifesting um, for this new year was Pinterest. Love Pinterest. I'm always talk good about Pinterest. It's my favorite thing. Add me on Pinterest. Look at my boards, comment or whatever. Send me stuff. Like, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like community. And I really want more engagement on there because it's just so much fun. It's not enough people that I know that's on Pinterest. Like it's like I don't know, but ever since like last year when it came to manifesting or even the like 2024, not even 2025 but 2024, but what I be putting on a Pinterest board be coming to fruition, like, and I'm more intentional about it because I'm like constantly like, you know, looking back at it because it's aesthetically pleasing to see all these cute things all, you know, put together, you know, the same type of aesthetic going towards a same type of like, you know, reality it gives, you know. So I really love it. I saw like through my baby shower, my maternity photos, like being intentional of how I wanted it to be, and it really came out so beautiful. I'm just like more intentional about things like that, and I wanted to be more intentional about me doing makeup looks. So for my sister's birthday, I did her photo shoot look and I did her club look. And I'm gonna show y'all that. Um, and yeah, so it's just like wanted to put that in here too. Like you know, that's my vibe. I really love Pinterest. And if you wanted to like try to use that as a tool to manifest or just to, you know, come out of doom scrolling in a way, you know what I mean? Because I think it's a different way to consume. So I feel like that could be cool too to do if you're trying to like, you know, use your screen time differently. So yes, that let me check what else do I want to say about Pinterest. Yes, oh my god, yes, the meal planning, like meals, because I'm also trying to be like, you know, mindful of what I intake because I'm trying to intake like more vegetables, more things that's good for the body, right? Come on, like whoop de doo, whoop de doo. You trying to eat healthy, whoop de doo, with your chocolate croissant crisp, but it's a crisp though. Remember when they was coming out with the Oreo crisp, and it was like, oh, they 100 calories. Like this is a crisp. Like this is it don't really matter. Like I'm kidding. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. Like you know what I'm saying? But I've made new meals. You know, seeing things off of Pinterest. So I made a green plantain porridge. Never made porridge before. It was so good. And I made this tostones and beet salad, tostones and beets. Never really ate beets like that. Beets are really good. Don't know why I was sleeping on it. And I made beef and broccoli egg rolls. You know, I normally go to the grocery store, supermarket, or whatever, and I always see like the egg roll like wraps, and I'd be like, I could make egg rolls in the house, and never was getting it. So I was happy that I put respect on my name and really got them just to make them because it's really like an empanada type of vibe. It's really not that hard, but I did it. So That's so good. Um, yeah, so those are like the new things that I've been getting into this month. I wanted to get real and talk about my strength and weaknesses this month. So let's talk about weaknesses first, right? Because actually, no, let's talk about strengths first, right? Because like we don't really have to do the weaknesses first. It's really not that serious. But um, balancing a schedule, staying committed to a schedule, communicating about my schedule to my partner and stuff like that. Because like this is so new for us. We wasn't really living together before, so we really didn't have to collaborate on what you doing and what I'm doing and what time we doing it. We really didn't have to like have a conjoining schedule, but now since we have a child, we have to do such things. So I'm proud of myself for communicating, because I really could be like, I'm out, you know what I'm saying? But that's not responsible, right? I can't be like, yeah, so tomorrow or like in 2 hours, I thought yesterday and I ain't say nothing to you. I'm about to dip out, right? You got the baby? Like, that's crazy. So we communicate and we're doing so well with our new schedule. I feel like we're like really good parents, for our almost 6 month old. Like, I'm really proud of us. I love the home that we're building. Like, I feel like we're all funny characters. Like we're all animated. Like me, my partner, and my daughter. Like she's so funny. Even though she's 6 months, like she's really funny. Like that's my girl. Okay, but I digress before I shut it to because I swear it get me so soft. Like I love her so much. Oh my god. But all right, let's see if I got anything else. No, so weaknesses. My weaknesses is water. I can't drink a lot of water to save my life. Like, what is wrong with me? I got water right here, and it's not open. It's not open. Let's open it. I'm gonna take a swig. Hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm holding me accountable. I did it. But what's really a part of my habits is I'm trying to drink 4 bottles of water a day. I can't get it. I'm gonna be real, and then that's why it's a weakness. I could do 2 bottles a day for sure. I could do 3 bottles when I am working out. When I'm working out, I could get 3 or 4 bottles a day. But I digress. I need more water. I need more water. When I was pregnant, my doctor would be like, and more water, and more water. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm drinking the water. And she's like, more. Like when you think that like you're drinking enough, drink more. And I'm like, I think if that's why my daughter was a preemie, I'm like, did I drink enough water? I try not to like make myself be so serious about it, but I digress. These are just real thoughts, because I really hold myself accountable for certain things. So I'm like, was it me? It probably was me partially, but she good now, so it really don't matter. Just be real with yourselves. You know what I mean? If we're gonna be here, we're gonna be honest and real with ourselves. But yeah, that's the only weakness for this month. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here doing it. Very proud of myself. Okay. So now I want to speak about book reviews. The books that I read this month were Finding Me by Viola Davis, Atomic Habits by James Clear, Parable of the Soul by Octavia E. Butler. Gang, gang, gang. Big Octavia. Like, that's my girl. When I read Octavia's books for the first time and then I researched her to see if she was still alive, and I found out she died. I cried. Like, I literally cried because I was like, after I read her books, I was like, oh my God, I hope one day I get to meet her. Like, who is this? Like, I really didn't know she existed at all. So I was, who is she? Oh my God. One day maybe I could meet her. And then I found out she died a long time. Like, she died like decade ago. Like, more like 2 decades ago. She died in like 2006, like 20 years. A pain, such a pain. But so for Finding Me by Viola Davis, I gave that a 5 out of 5. For Atomic Habits, I gave a 3 out of 5. For Parable of the Talents, I gave a 5 out of 5. Of course, like, not even of course, but it's just like she's a really good writer. There's just like, I don't know, like, but obviously a lot of people don't think so. Everybody got their own. It's so many people in this world, right? Everybody has their own opinions, and some people don't think she's a good one, or like, I guess, but it was interesting, and I speak more about it on my Substack. If you really wanna, if you already read the book and you're okay with, like, well, it's not spoilers if you read the book already, right? But if you read the book and you want to see my perspectives on it, you could go to my Substack. Um, and if you never read the book before, don't know who Octavia is, and you research her and you're interested and you don't care about a little spoiler to go to the Substack and see what's up. Because I really don't want to make this about a full book review and recommendation, just like a little clip. But specifically, I wanted to speak more about Viola Davis's book because, wow, Viola, like, I didn't even know Viola was going through all of that. Like, she's first of all, I already like Viola Davis's presence on Instagram. I love the things that she, like, reposts and she talks about. Like, she really gives, like, she is one with the people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm rich and I'm, like, notable, but I'm still with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I really respect that. As well as her being like a great representation of, dark skinned, beautiful Black women. In representation on TV, being shown. Like, I really always valued her, or like liked her for that. It was beautiful for me to see the realness in her expression, like how transparent she was, because she could have not put all the things that she's been through. She could have capped certain things. You don't have to say everything. A person that has move past poverty, right? When you move past poverty, not everybody wants to speak about their experiences in poverty. So the fact that she spoke about what she's been through, I thought was really commendable, and real. And I was like, wow, it gave me more respect. I was like, wow, like, wow, and then I think about, like, my experiences connected to hers when it comes to being around people like her, people that, I was obviously in poverty as well, but then there's always like somebody else that is like more, you know, like, you could wash your clothes, but then there's somebody that can afford to wash their clothes. So I was just like, wow, thinking about that. Um, and then specifically speaking about how she conducted her Juilliard interview, I thought was like really cool because she was like really real with them. She was very like straight and straightforward with like her time, how much time she could put in, how much effort she could put in, and it was really, I'm not trying to give too much spoilers, but I thought that was a good outlook when it comes to me applying for art opportunities, because sometimes I feel like I could be modest about my circumstances, and I feel like, why do that? Like, what am I doing that for? If I'm asking for resources and I'm really in need, I have to really speak about that need, and I can't be modest about that need, and right. So yeah, I was like, yes, okay, I learned from that. Oh yeah, I wanted to speak about. Mm, should I speak about that still? Yeah, I'll speak about it. Okay, so I've had a dream, right? I had a dream before that I got accepted to a residency, right? And the whole time I was at the residency, I didn't make no work. Like I didn't make no work. It was somebody that was in the residency that I knew from my neighborhood, and she was thumping that work. Like she was making work, showing it. Everybody was loving her work, and I was doing nothing. Like I wasted my whole time there. And I was like, what? Like when I woke up, I was like, I would never do nothing like that. Like why would I even like what? But I think that dream was to show me that I'm sleeping on my potential when it comes to the applications. It's like if you had this opportunity, you know you would be going off. So you need to fix whatever you're doing so that you can get this opportunity and show yourself more than you telling yourself. You know what I mean? So I think that manifested in my dream that way. So okay, let's move on. I was gonna speak about atomic habits too, like just atomic habits, like being a a book that is for a younger generation. I think they say that the book is like useful for all ages, but I really think that it should be for audiences that are in like their junior year of high school. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what that should be added in the curriculum in schools, like atomic habits, teaching kids, young adults, to build habits that they can take with them outside of school when they're going to college, when they have more freedom and they need to conduct a specific schedule and build specific habits. I think they should be reading that book rather than my 30-year-old self. And I feel like the book is so overrated at this point that when I listened to it, I kind of was like, okay, like, all right, you know, um, repetitious when it's something that's so simplified, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to really be that long. Um, a lot of fluff added, a lot of data, but it's like, you know what I mean? But, and what really made me give it 3 out of 5 too was that the audiobook was not animated. Like it was so dead and monotone. It was so hard to finish that. And that's what I'm also trying to do this year too. I'm really trying to finish books that like, I got in my personal collection too because I bought that book, you know what I mean? And I listened to it on audiobook with the library, but I have the physical copy in my house, so it's like I should read that, especially since I have it, right? Um but if I'm not vibing with a book and I don't have it in my personal collection that I haven't read before, I'm okay with like Xing it. I'm okay with Xing a book if it's not the time to read it. But I just wanted to just, especially it being like a new year too, like I just wanted to really like, um, but yeah, let's do the closing statements. So overall, I am staying committed to myself. I'm staying locked in. I really, really want to see what it's like when I stay to a specific type of schedule over a long period of time, not always feeling the need to have to like switch it up because now I'm starting to see that as instability and I'm starting to see that as fear in some type of way. Like I'm not seeing myself on the other side of longevity of staying committed to myself, and I want to see what that looks like and I want to strive for that. And sometimes moving forward looks like reverting back to unfinished business, like you have to, no, you don't have to, right? I really don't know what you have to do, but for me personally, I really want to make sure that I am staying true to myself and honoring my passions, right? And like my the parts of myself that is eager to bring something outside of my mind's eye, outside of myself, And I want to be really like intentional about that, seriously, like and like really, especially to like the love that I feel having my daughter here. I want to feel that for myself. I want to feel that like yeah, I want to expand that love throughout me, like everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Like, you know, And I feel like there's parts of me that need more of that tender loving care, and that's what I'm staying committed to doing. If you haven't seen any updates or notifications, I have a sketchbook tour up right now. Definitely go look at that. I also have other videos expressing this new series that I have going on called Scraps. So definitely look at my shorts for that. And I'm constantly posting on Substack. So definitely look me up on there if you're trying to consume and you're trying to like expand your attention span, then definitely go read some of my articles on there. So thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for staying with me and eating my my croissant crisp, because that thing is done for. I'm gonna finish my latte and then I'm gonna head to the library because I'm still feeling like being outside and I got the time. Today is my day. You know what I mean? So yeah. See y'all soon.